It's 1:29 and 55 seconds according to this, so I think we can just start. Hey, how's it going? Nice. Welcome, everybody, to the Loading Ready Run panel at MAGFest 2016. They finally let us back into Maryland. Yeah, the last time that we came to MAGFest was myself and Paul, and that was 3 years ago. And it was great. And then we didn't come back. And but now MAGFest brought us back, which we're really happy about, and we're happy to be here, and we're happy that you're here at our panel. And thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Yay! For those who don't know who we are, we have a thing for that, and we usually start the panel with that, but we're not going to start with that this time, and you'll see why. First of all, though, in case you missed it, because MAGFest starts on a Thursday, here's a Crapshot that went up yesterday that you might not have seen.
Hey! Who do I have to fuck around here?
Oh yeah, language.
I said, who do I have to fuck around here?
Sir, for the last time, this is a restaurant. You don't have to fuck anyone.
Can I?
I don't know. Can you?
May I?
No.
So now, we're going to do something we've been doing at panels recently that we've been enjoying, which is that we're all going to write a Crapshot together.
Yeah.
Shall I seed the audience?
So, whoops, hang on. You should probably be able to see the thing that I'm doing. Show mirroring options in menu bar when available, but they're not. They're lying. All right.
Ewa, there we go.
Okay. So, MAGFest Crapshot.
What do we got?
Well, I don't know. We could do anything.
Okay, can I get a word from the audience beginning with L? I like a noun. Give me a friggin' noun. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. You in the black and the maroon shirt. Lemur. Animals are hard.
Nope.
Okay, but we can work off that. Lemur, found in Africa. We can't film in Africa.
No.
Okay, that's no good. I need to pick another word. Yes, you in the blue shirt and the blonde. Laryngitis.
Okay, that works.
Yeah, we can work off laryngitis. Okay.
I'm feeling it.
Okay.
Okay. So, what do we... Okay.
So it's a trick that everybody has laryngitis?
Or someone gets laryngitis.
Oh, I don't know.
Or we give someone laryngitis?
Trying to do a panel, but you have laryngitis. That's
okay.
good.
Yep.
Maybe for ease
Scale
of...
it down.
So we don't have to shoot it here or at a convention. Let's say this is set at the moon base.
That makes sense.
What's an occupation that would be bad to have laryngitis with?
I'm seeing all these hands again, and then people keep yelling.
Jeez, do you grade 3 teacher Beej
I'm
here?
really harsh on everybody. Put your hands up. All right, you in the Pikachu hat. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, I like that.
A motivational speaker with laryngitis. Okay.
At the moon base, though?
At the moon base.
It's probably, because again, we did one at PAX East that we still haven't shot. Because all the other ones that we've done this at PAX East and Con Bravo and PAX South, and we've shot the other ones, but the one at PAX East we didn't shoot because it needs a courtroom. And so it's like, that's why I'm like, let's keep it simple. Because if you don't know the ideas that we have, you won't know when we don't do it. But there's evidence of this one.
Exactly.
Someone very patiently in the back has their hand up there.
The whole panel? Yeah? But I mean, there, I've written, see, int Moonbase.
Yeah, int Moonbase.
So none of us. Yeah. Oh.
Ooh.
So that would be like Cam and Alex probably, who have lost interest in...
I don't know if we have Alex.
We may not be able to get them.
Okay, sure. Okay, so...
Can we change lost interest to maybe new employee orientation?
Who are we gonna get? We're gonna need to somebody. We would need someone to play.
Yeah, someone unknown to play, which I don't know if if that scans.
Someone else in a mustache. Actually, I like. Hang on. What about? What about like the? Sorry, I was just thinking about the mustache. Be like, no, it's someone else in the mustache.
Right.
I don't know who it was that said that. What about like James is trying to convince people to do something, and no one's listening to him, and so he has to put on the mustache.
Yeah. Actually, that sounds
That
good.
ignores the laryngitis thing.
That's fine, but it's all a working point, right? We don't have to work that in.
This is how brainstorming usually goes.
Yeah. I like this idea.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's the creative process, right? You can just sometimes drop stuff. So James is trying to motivate everybody to work. It's not actually accomplishing anything, so he goes and he puts on the mustache.
Okay. So then, all right. So James, should he be like addressing people, or should it be like, gee, no one's listening to me?
Yeah. I like this idea of him just kind of like walk up to the couches and just be like, so we're gonna, we got to shoot, and can you, and say to whoever's there, it's like, Cam, can you, and it's just like Cam on his phone or something, and like, Heather, can you, I don't know if Heather's gonna be there, I'm gonna assume she is, and then, yeah, like whoever it is, pick a couple people and then be like, oh, I didn't want to have to do this, and he just walks out of shot.
I didn't want to have to do this. Oh, I like that. That's good. Look, yeah, this is James's nuclear option, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, in the cape.
Oh, so everyone's talking back to him, and then he just goes, zzzt, and then they just shut up. They're like, they just get caught in their throat, and he's like, that's what I thought.
If he kisses him, does the mustache give them laryngitis?
No, what?
Do you want to work that? That he's just getting, people are just talking back to him all the time, and he just finally gives up. He's like, okay, I didn't want to have to do this, and he just goes and he gets the mustache.
Yeah, see, the laryngitis works if they're talking back, but I think the way that we present ourselves in Crapshots is we wouldn't even put in the effort to talk back. We'd just be like,
Sure, whatever.
we'd just be like on our phones or whatever. Yeah.
Do we want to specify what he's trying to motivate them to do?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's say James is talking to, we'll say, Cam. What is James trying to get Cam to do?
Ooh, ice cold, ice cold.
Schedule the PAX East Crapshot. All
Yeah.
right.
Those who went to PAX East will probably really appreciate that shout out, actually. So that's, when you think about it, it's kind of all service. Oh, there, somebody does. It's all service. It even sounds like him. I read that in his voice.
Yeah.
Okay. Then someone else. Wait, I should give stage directions. Hang on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone else. Someone else. Who else is there? Paul?
Paul is definitely going to be
Yeah.
there, yes.
Let's do Paul.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah.
For reasons I won't get into at the moment, I'm going to say Paul for now.
Yeah.
All right. What should James want Paul to do? What's up? Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
actually really good.
Say
Yeah.
that.
Hey Paul, could you record like?
Can you run the podcast today or record a
Yeah, can you be
Lurkcast?
on the we need to record. Yeah, we need to record a Lurkcast. Can you be on it? And Paul just says, "Oh no, I have laryngitis."
Yeah.
All right.
Beautiful. Well done. Well done.
What the? Hey,
Do you run out of spot?
it auto-corrected. Yeah, no.
James is a professional. He will say that many whys.
Yeah.
Wait.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Like larynx.
You can't all tell me to spell it at once. I'm just hearing.
It's like larynx.
Yes. Oh, I thought you were going to help me spell it.
Yeah, L-A-R-Y.
Wait. No, sorry. It's okay. Get the rest of your idea out. The mustache you a question. We should work that in later. Okay. Sorry, how do I spell this?
Laryn.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. G. Itis.
Good. It didn't tell me anything.
Correct?
Yeah. Well, it didn't redline me, so we're
Yeah.
good.
I was in a spelling bee once on chat television in Medicine Hat.
You were spelling Beej.
I was in the spelling bee. It was terrible, though, because the guy, every time we would ring in, we would always wait for him to say the entire word, and the other team would wait until he got halfway through the word and ring in, and totally fuck us. We lost really bad.
I hope that Paul understands what I mean by precise pacing. No, I have laryngitis. Oh yeah.
Or no sell it. I mean,
Can he,
Is it funnier to be like, no, I have laryngitis, or just no, I have laryngitis, and nothing.
can he cough the word cough?
Cough. Like that?
yeah. I mean, I like that.
Good.
Yeah.
Then, okay.
I didn't want to have to
Right.
do this. Because that is James in a nutshell. His character is essentially just, I didn't want to have to do what you're about to make me do to you.
Yeah. Should it be like a close-up? Like, I didn't want to have to do this, and just cut to like,
Yeah, that's good. I
Yeah.
like that.
all right.
Just on his nose and mouth, and just the thing comes right up. And all of a sudden, he's the cop from everything we've ever done.
Attaching a
Attaching.
mustache. Am I going to specify upper lip or just assume?
I think he knows where a mustache goes.
Okay.
He's seen them dozens of times.
Yeah. Okay, then what?
What do we got?
Then is he just like, Cam, and Cam just goes, yes, sir?
Yeah.
Like, is it just like, he doesn't even have to say anything? Or, okay, in the boater. Yeah.
Oh, damn. Damn. Or if we, I don't know how many people we have there, but if we have James fall in line, Paul fall in line, and comedy rule of threes.
Cam, right.
Yeah, so Cam falls in line, Paul falls in line, and then like you cut to, and again I don't know if
Like Alex or whoever.
yeah, whoever else is there, especially if it was like Heather or Corey or somebody else
Yeah.
or Kathleen in the room, they're wearing the larger mustache and just get bent.
That's great.
Yeah.
You're like, you other person who's also wearing a mustache, and they're just like, you can't tell me what to do. And James goes, okay.
Yeah. yeah.
All right.
I do like that. I was going to suggest maybe if there's some way we could have James pull off the smaller mustache and reveal the larger one.
How do I describe there? Thank you.
I hope I didn't like inadvertently steal anybody else's idea, but we worked off that one and it was gold. So good job.
You know the one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mo.
Like the fast food guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Though leaving it to Cam to pick a Simpsons character would be funny if he just was like, "Yes, sir." It's very much in character.
I'm putting it down now because now I'm worried. Oh, that'd be great.
When we film it, it will obviously depend on who's around on the weekend that we film it. So, but yeah, I mean, we're just defining extra people just for the sake of what we know who's going to be around. So, I mean, on the plus side, this will be filmed at the moon base, which means we won't have to worry about getting a courthouse. You guys didn't want this filmed at the last moon base, though, right?
Because we don't have that one.
Yeah,
anymore.
no. Burn that to the ground.
Hang on.
Other person. Get me a coffee.
This is good, though. You've all been very helpful. We didn't have to rely upon one of Alex's really weird dreams. Which one did we do that was one of his weird dreams?
Which one? Evil Alex specifically.
When
I'll just put down whoever.
Sure, yeah. There was a Crapshot we did that Alex said was based specifically off of his off of a dream that he had one time, and I can't remember what it is. But it was in a loading time where he mentioned it. So go watch all the loading times. Actually, show of hands, who really enjoyed that hour-and-a-half long loading time? Who would have preferred it was 45 minutes?
You're not going to get that answer.
No, I know. I just wanted to see if there was anybody.
Every comment in the usual loading times is like, these are great. They could be longer.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, the stuff we cut is like,
There's a reason we
Yeah.
cut it.
Yeah, it's either unusual audio or yeah, I don't have to give reasons. You all know why we cut stuff. You've seen us been doing production for a decade.
yeah, I have a problem with that. It's not like not that I'm not dyslexic that I'm aware of, but I have a serious problem with not typing the negative of words, which I'm just a really positive guy, but it's been a real problem in, like, I've sent like business emails being like, we absolutely can do this.
No.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh, you know, and then immediate follow-up being like, hey, when
By
I said
that.
that, by that I mean, you know. It hasn't been, like, bad in several years, but it's been, like, uncomfortable a bunch of times. So then James just goes like, okay.
Or just yes, sir, regardless of who it is that has the mustache on. Yes, sir. I don't know. Or the mustache just flies off his lip.
Yes.
We would need some props, we'd need some Weta work there, I have a feeling. The thing just grows back into his lip.
Yes.
And
sir.
that's the beat, right? Just
Yeah.
yes, sir.
honk.
Honk. Yeah, I think that's
Out?
the honk. Yeah. it
Yes,
sounds
sir, or yes, dad.
Yes, Dad.
This is now is one of the dreams that I had last night. I slept like a rock.
Yeah, no kidding. No, I like that. So it's James Herman of the crew. Hey, Cam, do you ever call the courtroom to see if we should shoot that Paxi's Crapshot there? Meh. Well, could you? Okay. Paul, we need to record the Lyricast. Can you be on it? No, I have laryngitis. Cough. Fine. I didn't want to have to do this. Got a close-up on James attaching a mustache to his lip. Cam, and then, like, pointing. Hang on. Powerful voice. Cam. Yes, sir. Cam runs out. Paul, I'm on it. Runs out. Other person, whoever's around. Other person is wearing a bigger mustache than James. You can't tell me what to do. Yes, sir. Love it.
Yep.
That's great.
Please allow 4 to 6 weeks for delivery.
All right, that took a little longer to write than I thought. But now
All the work's done.
Yep.
I'm going
everything's
to send this to Victoria, and they're going to film it.
done. Wait, what?
All things being equal.
They're doing it. They're going to film it right now.
Yeah, you laugh, but
And hopefully it'll be done before the panel is over.
Ooh.
Is the plan.
if not, should we just show it at MDF?
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah. If it's not done by the end of this panel, we will show it at the beginning of the late night dub fight tonight,
Which you're all coming to.
which hopefully you're coming to, which will be in panels 1. Apparently, they gave us the big room at 11:30 with ourselves, and Dan Floyd from Extra Credits is going to be there, and and hopefully Takahata from Team 4 Star is going to join us as well. So, yeah.
Tell your
Bring-
friends.
bring a
everyone.
friend.
Yeah, bring several friends. Bring people you've met in line. Let's pack that room and just make everyone go, what the hell is going on tonight?
So after that, who has no idea who we are?
There's a couple
You're
in the
lying,
back.
Sarah. All right. Cool. Well, for you and maybe you and possibly that person, but not Sarah because she's lying, we have this sort of basically kind of like content trailer. This, in brief, this is what we do. It's like 2 minutes. Nope, that's the crap shot. That's
That's the crap shot.
left over from. Huh. Where's the thing? Hang on.
That is kind of funny because that was the Crapshot that we basically kind of
That you
sequeled.
mentioned that on. Yeah, that you mentioned.
How did we do that?
I don't know.
I thought this was all set up.
If you'd
Yeah.
like, Ian and I can interpretive dance our way through the. No, I shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
That's a terrible
Not
idea.
not again.
Well, no, not after what happened
Not
at
after
PAX
the
East.
last time, yeah.
Not every thing we shoot can be interpreted through the Dance of the Seven Veils.
No.
That's real loud at the beginning.
Police say a man who was planning a robbery accidentally butt-dialed 911.
Oh, so what? He was betrayed by his own ass. It happens to everyone.
I need to get a hold of this guy and learn his technique. Siri has a hard time processing anything my ass says.
Frankly, I'm glad this man is in police custody because his magical enunciating asshole sounds dangerous.
I judge everyone in this situation hammered and dumb.
Meaning the lack of level cap serves only to support the usual Fallout post-game hobby of slowly and methodically depopulating the world.
Kudos to the creator of Journey of the Light, not only for outstanding originality and scamsmanship, but for the years of hardship he's had to endure because of his enormous brass balls.
Nobody's gonna watch this and say, is that former WWE Divas champion AJ Lee in a wasted cameo appearance? Shit, I'm gonna go buy Madden.
Ha! I've blended in with my environment so well you didn't even notice me coming. I imagine to you, it's as if I've appeared out of thin air.
What other sketch troops did you think were on this street?
We don't talk to the neighbors.
Yeah, because most of them are gray market medical weed dispensaries.
Well, it keeps the rent cheap.
Do you have a minute to talk to me about Jesus Christ?
Sure.
Great. Who is he?
What do you want from me? They contain as much protein as a cow, or several smaller cows. Handy pocket-sized capsules, force them into your skin. The secret is in the carcinomash.
Which is a secret.
Has your house been ruined by a home improvement show? I told them I like cars, so they put hubcaps on my walls. Hubcaps on my walls. They said it was funky.
I reckon you best be getting off my land now, boy.
Well, historically, this is my land.
I suppose by all rights you were here first. There you go.
Get off my land?
Yep.
This place is so fucked up.
So that's a brief introduction to some of the stuff we do. Also, game streaming and a bunch of stuff, Let's Plays. Talk to your friends. They'll tell you all about it. We also have today's feed dump to show you later in the panel. We'll show you that at the end before it goes live on the internet. You get to see it first. Yeah. But now, technically, this is a Q&A. So, time for questions times. Do we have another microphone? No, we don't. I mean, we have another microphone.
We do, but they're attached to
They're attached to
cables,
this thing. So I guess yell at us and we'll repeat the questions. So yeah, if you have a question, let's do
If you can
the
stand
thing.
up too, that will help your voice
Is that-
carry.
Yeah, sure. In the purple shirt. Hello. Oh God, the booster suit.
Ooh, well, you know, we do another video series called Loading
That's
Time.
true. The behind the scenes. It took Kathleen and Paul and Heather and Cameron,
Cam.
because he was standing there wearing the thing. It took them like 5 hours to do that because it was like they had to take the boosters. The system that they came up with was take the boosters, lay them out in a row on half a thing of duct tape, like strip of duct tape, lay boosters on half of it, and then you have like a thing of duct tape with boosters attached, and then stick that like around Cam's legs and around his torso and whatever, which did also mean that Cam was wearing a coverall that was completely coated in duct tape and Mylar.
Which is an insulator.
Yeah.
And you've seen how Cam dresses. He did not choose to wear like t-shirt and shorts. He was like, no, I'm going to get
That's
in there.
his fucking fault.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, you really should maybe not wear your sweater and tie under this thing. And he was like, I'm
Cameron.
I'm Cameron, and
You
I'm.
have to stay on brand.
You don't have to stay on brand all the time. I wouldn't have even worn a T-shirt, but it meant that he got very, very hot, and Then we had the problem of sweat on the coveralls,
Which loosened
compromising
the glue.
the duct tape glue, which is why we had a patch kit. So it did very well for the shoot, but at the end of that weekend, the booster pack suit was looking a little worse for wear.
It has since been retired.
I believe it has, yes. Yourself. Yes. Corp line. So, yeah, because that's not in the thing.
Yeah.
So, is anyone not familiar with what corp line is?
Oh, a few of you.
Okay.
We're about to change your life.
You know some of our stuff, but you don't know corp line. This is good. So, corp line, QWERPLINE, is a fake radio show that we do. We do it as a podcast, but there's a video version on YouTube, which I recommend watching because there's a lot of entertaining graphics that we put into it that Featherweight does. It started as a thing that Alex did at Desert Bus. We just worked this out the other day, like Desert Bus 5, I think. He did it was downtime. If you're not familiar with Desert Bus, that's a whole other thing. But there was like some downtime, and he did a radio show called Derp Line where people phoned in and
He'd answer their problems.
he would he would answer problems. He would also play like "What's in my hand?" He'd like put his hand out, people would put a thing in.
Usually a club soda.
And people loved it.
Yeah.
And so people were so demanding of more Derp Line that I ended up doing my own. I called it Quap Line because we'd had a whole thing about Quap,
O'clock.
and it was a whole thing. So I did my own, I did the morning show version to his late night talk show, and then we combined powers at a later Desert Bus and did Corp Line, which was this. It ended up being this sort of weird improv radio show fictional thing, and we did a little bit of world building over the years, and Ian and Beej and Kathleen got involved, and we all sort of started to make characters out of it. And then afterwards, I was like, we need to do this as a thing. And so it's we do it fortnightly. So once every 2 weeks, there's a new episode, and they're about 15 minutes long, and it's this fictional radio show in the town of Innsbruck.
Itself being fictional.
Yeah, itself being fictional, yeah. And I think it's really, really funny and weird and bizarre. And yeah, that's how the idea got started. But for those who don't know about it, you should check it out.
There's been some comparisons to The Goon Show.
Yeah.
To stuff that I think
comedy
was it
well-known
Fireside
to-
Theater or Garrison Keller, stuff like that.
We've been told that it's like a comedy Night Vale.
Yeah.
We haven't listened to Welcome to Night Vale very much, but we've been told that makes sense as a thing to say.
Yeah.
So it's that. So you should check out Corp Line if you haven't. But yeah, we think it's really funny. But yeah, that's where the idea came from, was just sort of a weird multi-year evolution through stuff we did at Desert Bus.
And then this most recent Desert Bus, we did Corp Line live
with
with
the
all the
characters.
characters.
Right.
So if you did not see that on Desert Bus for whatever reason, you can search Corp Line Desert Bus, and there should be an episode that comes up for that where we basically do 15 minutes, 20 minutes of us trying to do all the characters in a row.
Might even
'cause
be
the
a
show-
good introduction.
Because I should say, yeah, the show is what did Alex say? Scriptivized?
It's a scrimprov.
Scrimprov. So we don't script anything ahead of time. We sit down and we record for an hour and a half, and then we cut out the bits where we're just sort of talking, and we get a 15-minute episode out of it. So a lot of it is improv, but it's not like we just record improv for 15 minutes and we're done. Because that'd
be
be
nightmarish.
amazing.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing if we could do that, but no, it's because we have a lot of we do a lot of planning, a lot of sitting around of what do you think about this? But we don't come in with
A script.
with a script. We have very little prepared. For those who do listen to it, the three things that get actually written in advance is that Beej writes his sponsor intro for the show is brought to you by. Alex writes his response to when I ask him, how are you doing? And I come up with the Innsbruck town slogan. But nothing else is
Those are the only
scripted.
lines actually put together
Yeah.
beforehand.
I mean, you tend to have an idea of what Richter might do.
I
but
have an idea, but I don't write anything down in terms of what he actually
we
says.
take it and go with it. Yeah.
And as far as keeping sense of it, because it is a world, we're building a city out of this, and there's a county, and there's other things attached to it. As far as building a world,
Big cast of characters.
yeah, we keep our own notes, so we're like, oh shit, we better write down that person's name because they might be important or not. But then more and more often, people have been working on the wiki.
Oh, it's so helpful.
And
It's so helpful.
if you have been listening to Quirpline or even just anything to do with Loading Ready Run, we really appreciate the additions that you make to the wiki because it helps us. It helps, King Cool still runs the wiki, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, it helps all of us because it really keeps things straight and it helps develop this resource of 13 years worth of Loading Ready Run.
We've been doing internet comedy for a while, so.
A rich history.
Yeah. So, with the fuzzy pause, you had a question.
Is there any potential for a sequel to Everything is Fine?
I don't know if we could do it. Like, I don't know what a sequel would look like.
What question was, is there any chance of a sequel to Everything is Fine?
To the sketch, everything is fine. I don't know what it would be.
Maybe they're actually out of the country now, and
They're overseas.
suspicious people, and they all have beards.
But everything's still fine. Everything's still fine.
They're very clearly on the lam, and they're even like somebody actually shoots a gun, and everything is still fine.
Everything's still fine, yeah. Oh, man. I don't know. That'd be good.
Greater escalation, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you could go, I mean,
See, now you put a seed in our brains.
it would have to go way up.
Yeah, you'd have
stake-wise
to ramp it up.
to make it more funny that everything was still fine.
Yeah.
Because the original video was like 2 minutes. Like, it was so high energy and quick. Well, now I'm thinking about it. I don't know. I'm not gonna say yes, but I had never considered it until now, and now I'm thinking about it. So
There's certainly a possibility.
it's more likely now than it was before you asked the question. So, speaking of questions, yeah. Why Innsbruck? Because Alex made it up once. This was that did come up during one of the Desert Bus things where he was just talking off the top of his head, and he liked the idea that like it sounded weird. Like it sounds like the word is being clipped in half. Like it sounds like Dunsburg, but you've clipped off the first part of it, so it's just scenic Innsbruck. And we actually while we're recording, we have to be careful because we've messed up a couple times. That it's not Innsbruck, it's Innsbruck. You have to force the N sound out of your mouth before you start talking. It's just Nsburg, but it's Innsbruck. Just because it sounds funny, mostly. So, and then you also had a question.
I'm going to assume less now that you've mentioned it.
Yeah.
I'm in Corpline. I'm the voice of Derek, and a lot of people have. It's funny because there's only the 5 of us that are written as being cast, and it's kind of on purpose because we're the ones who are most comfortable doing this kind of development. And people will still come in even after seeing the credits and be like, "Oh, was that Jer being Richter? And was that so?" And it's like, no, there's only 5 of us, and that's all who does it. But yeah, I play Derek, who was not intended to be a recurring character, but he's such an idiot.
It's so good,
He's
though.
perfect.
Yeah, but I think that's the one we get the most is the questions of who does the voice of Derek.
Yeah.
Actually, it's kind of funny. There was a lot of questions, or not a lot, but there were some comments in the most recent episode. I won't spoil it if you haven't heard it, but the most recent episode, they were like, "Where's Alex?"
Yeah.
And it's like, no, Alex does the voice. He does that guy's voice.
Yeah.
Alex is in this episode, but I guess not. So, yes.
I was curious during Desert Bus, have you had any contact with any colors or result of that?
Yeah, actually, since the first year, the very, very first year of Desert Bus, when it was just like 5 or 6 of us in our living room, we had posted on the Desert Bus. We'd posted on the Penn and Teller fan forums because we were like, "Hey, you might think this is interesting," because Penn and Teller made Desert Bus as part of their unreleased Sega CD game, and we thought that Penn and Teller super fans might find it interesting. And somehow, whoever runs the site got information back to Penn and Teller, who found our phone numbers.
They're magicians, Graham.
Like, they called Paul's parents.
This has to stop. No.
Because Paul didn't live at home, so I think they found like an old number relating to like an old domain or something. Anyway, and they were like, "Hey, it's Penn and Teller. Can we talk to Graham and Paul?" And then they phoned us, and for the first like 3 or 4 years of Desert Bus, Teller would phone us every day and buy us lunch. Yeah, which was amazing, especially because that was very challenging. He'd be like, find a place, call them, send in the order, and then tell them I'm going to phone in. And so he'd phone like Subway. We were like a Subway party platter, and he would phone Subway and then try to convince them that yes, they could take a credit card payment over the phone, and yes, the only name on the credit card is Teller. Because that's his legal name. And so they're like, what's your first name? Teller. And your last name? No, that's the name. That's it. And they're like, some guy from Vegas wants to pay for a party platter over the phone on a credit card, and he only has one name. This is weird.
Yep. Well, and at the same time, you literally can't say to like, look, I'm Teller from Penn and Teller. Don't you recognize my voice?
Yeah.
So yeah, we've had a lot of interaction with them through the years.
And now that I guess he's working with, is it Randy Pitchford?
Yeah.
Yeah, from Gearbox, that they're like, we like this idea of doing a VR version of Desert
Not
Bus.
explicitly VR.
Oh, not VR. Okay.
That was what was reported, because they're working on a game.
Right.
And they were at DICE this weekend, actually, the two of them. And as part of that, they are talking about doing a remake of Desert Bus.
Right. And
we will be involved in that in some fashion. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
So, you have already asked one, and so have you, but we will come back to you later, but I want to get through other people as well. So, yes.
Okay, so I love Desert Bus.
Thank you.
I love at the end the way Paul sings Fall Asleep with Gypsy Rover.
Yeah.
Is Paul a secret folk singer?
Is Paul a secret folk singer? No, he just has a really, really great voice. He did choir for many, many years. There's somewhere on the internet, somewhere is video of him as a young teenager on stage with Celine Dion.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not him, but like his choir. The was it done through the school? I think it was like the St. Mike's choir. I can't remember. Anyway, you can see it. There's like it's panning across, and Paul just comes into frame before it dissolves back to Celine. So yeah, but yeah, he's just a really nice singer. So yes, and the further back there, yeah, that's you.
So I really like a couple of the Lava Bears.
Thank
and
you.
I was wondering if there was any chance you guys could do a different game, like maybe perhaps World of Darkness or Shadowrun or something.
So we definitely want to. That's loud. We definitely want to do another campaign. It would probably still be D&D, to be honest, but we definitely want to do another Temple of the Lava Bears thing. We have no current plans for one, and I'm sorry that I don't have anything to announce in that regard. But we want to. It's just we just need to figure out logistics and everything, because Jer, who's the DM, moved to Vancouver, and so we just have to figure out if we want to get him to come back or get someone else to do it, or how we want to do that. But we do want to do another thing, but it would probably still be D&D. In the meantime, though, we've been doing our AFK streams. If you haven't watched those, where we've been doing non-video games. I think the most recent one they did was Robo Rally.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the way, I noticed the box at the office. It still has the old Wizards of the Coast logo.
Yeah.
With the tower and the reflection and the
It's an
terrible font.
artifact.
Yeah, it's one of the original released ones.
Yeah. And what else do we have at the Moonbase that we were considering? We found a copy of Nightmare, the old VHS board game. Yeah.
And
the video for which is available on YouTube, thank goodness.
I found Ian a copy years ago of the Star Trek Next Generation interactive VCR
I
board
love
game
it
as
so
well.
much. Experience Beej.
Yeah.
You, the player who is moving now. I will
We
call
also-
you Beej.
We've also got a special copy of Clue too that we'd like to bring.
Yeah,
up.
it's just Clue. There's nothing special about the game, but we found it at the secondhand store, and it's from the 60s, and the graphic design on it is gorgeous. So we'll probably play Clue at some point.
Just to show it off.
I don't know. Anyway, we've been doing a lot more of the streams where we all play a game together, and those are more one-off things, but we're doing more of those at least. So, okay, we'll sort of sweep across here. So you holding your badge.
I was wondering if there are any props that you regret buying or otherwise obtaining.
Props that we regret buying. I don't know.
It would have to be like big and ungainly and a pain in the ass to move.
Not strictly props.
The We Play shirts didn't start as props. We've been using them as props because nobody bought them. But
Oh man.
Actually,
What?
we didn't buy it, but the heart attack machine.
Oh right.
oh yeah,
Defibrillator, that's what
the
they're
heart
called.
attack machine.
I mean, in the right hands.
In the wrong hands.
Okay.
We took the batteries out.
we were
yeah,
given
Alex's, our local community college has a medical program, and they were giving away an old defibrillator, which seems suspect. And Alex's dad teaches a graphic design class at the same college, and he was sort of like, hey, do you want this? And, well, actually, no, that implies he asked. He showed up at the moon base and was like, hey, I got you this defibrillator. And
It was live.
yeah, we actually, there's on the next Lurcast, actually, someone asks us, on the Lurcast we have recorded, but I guess hasn't aired, someone asked us this question. But I'll tell you this story now. Alex texted a friend of ours who's, she's finishing nursing school. I can't remember. She's a nurse. And he texted her, how much do you know about defibrillators? And then follow-up text, not an emergency. And she said, I'm really glad you sent that second text. Hey, how much do you know about defibrillators? This is really important. So we took the batteries out and we've hid the power cord, so you can't actually. But I do like in the background of an episode of Commodore Hustle, Cam and Alex are playing. They're playing Bloody Knuckles with it, basically.
Yeah.
Like each of them has one paddle and then their fist out, and they're like, which seems real safe. So yes, in the red shirt. Do we have any new video production toys?
Beautiful camera.
I'll tell you the next thing I want, but let me see. What's the most recent thing we have? Yeah, we got. I mean,
There's me.
We bought. There's Ian. We bought a new camera for the AFK streams that we've attached to the ceiling in the new moon base because we have like sub ceilings. We can clip it up to the thing, and that's been really nice. We have some plans for AFK stuff. I mean, I mean, you were joking, but the thing the thing you wrote, the
axe hand.
The axe hand code.
Just a pile of Ruby scripts that runs FFmpeg on some things that works most of the time.
Basically, because Ian handles uploading our stream archives to YouTube, and so what we have is Ian and Paul work together to get this thing that so we stream through a program called XSplit, and there's a little, like a tiny invisible object in the stream that makes a note of when we're on, when we're showing gameplay or when we're on the break screen or when we're on the going online screen or whatever. And so afterwards we get the full uncut recording and a text file saying when the edits happened. And then Ian wrote a thing to sort of bash those things together so it cuts out all the dead air before we upload it to YouTube, so that when we go on break, you're not sitting looking at a title screen for 7 minutes on YouTube. So that's been fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, right.
You're quite welcome. I'm really in love with those little clamps that attach to the drop ceiling.
Oh, those are
hold
amazing.
Things. They're not exciting at all. But
No, they're not. But they're real neat. They're just like a stick with like a flanged clamp, and you just sort of go, tick, and they attach, and you can hang stuff from them. Presumably there's a weight limit, but we haven't crossed it yet. We'll all find out together. All right, there's 4 of you in a row here that all have your hands up, so we'll go front to back.
I remember you used to deal with, when you used to be session more often, you would take fan submission scripts.
Mm-hmm. Less so in the last couple years of it, but yeah.
Will you still do that for other things? Do you take some fan submissions, fan besides?
Sure. I mean, we've had people send us Crapshot ideas. I don't know that we've used a lot of them necessarily, but all right, shoot it over.
No, like in an email.
Like shoot me an email. Yeah, like write it up, shoot me an email. Yeah. And thank you for asking.
Yeah, I would. This keeps happening, and I guess the more I can talk about this, the better. And I don't dislike it, but Okay. In Quirpline, because I write the sponsors, that's work for me. That's not like paid work. That's literally just this is me working my brain, and I appreciate being able to do that because I don't write comedy. I'm an improv actor, so I like writing stuff. But what I find is that if somebody sends me something, and it's happened a fair bit, where they say, I've got this idea for a great sponsor. I'm like, that's fantastic, but now I'm in a position of I have a finished sponsor in front of me. I didn't have to do any work to do that, and I'm trying to discipline myself to actually do the work. And then also that means that if I get something and it's like, that's a good rhyming word, son of a bitch. Like, I can't use that rhyming word because now I feel like I'm stealing somebody else's work because you guys went to the work of doing it, and I'd be like, if I steal one word of that and I change it completely, I feel weird about it.
I would argue that if they send you the sponsor thing, you can probably just use it.
Exactly, right? So the thing is, at some point I'm going to run out of that or not be able to do it myself, and then I'm going to say to people, please, by all means, flood me with suggestions, and we will start using those things. And for the time being, I'm really trying to do it myself. But yeah, I appreciate that everyone's so interested. They're like, oh man, but here's a great one. I'm like, it is a good one. I want to write my own first, so... Yeah, sorry.
It's okay. I love, by the way, the one where you mentioned the paternoster.
Yeah.
Because that's so obscure.
Mm-hmm. It's one of my favorites.
Slater Foster's Greater Roster Paternoster.
We need to move an entire field hockey team from
Between
one level.
floors.
Yeah, between floors.
How much of our brain is going to be filled with these rhyming advertisements by the time we're done with this?
Like Hetty Rossetti Spaghetti Machete.
Oh, no.
Which was amazing.
I'd forgotten that one. I love, no spoilers, I love the one for the next episode, because we've recorded the next episode of Quirpline, and I'm looking forward to that one.
Sorry.
Okay, so then there was 3 more of you in the row here. Yeah.
Any chance we'll see you at an upcoming East Coast GP or SEG event?
Very unlikely, unfortunately. Sorry, the question was if we're going to be at any East Coast Magic Grand Prix or SCG Opens. The problem being, the reason we're able to come to MAGFest is because they have graciously provided us transport and accommodation. We're able to go to, thanks to MAGFest, actually. It's fantastic. The reason we're able to go to PAX East is because we get a table there for free, and we get like a deal on hotels, but we still have to pay to fly out there. But we have we're part of the whole sort of PAX ecosystem. But leaving our island is expensive. We live on an island. It's a very large island. You might not think so from looking at a map, but it's actually very big. And but leaving it just adds another like $300 to any flight, and
per person.
Per person. And so it's very tricky to get out east, especially, and because we're not GP grinders, it doesn't make a lot of sense to do that. So,
but to that end, if you want to see any of us come to something that is in that area, like a convention or something, if you know a con organizer or are a con organizer, by all means,
let them know.
Yeah, and be like, we're
a
always
GP,
interested.
A tournament organizer for a GP will not care.
No.
But if there's a regional convention like MAGFest that you would like us to come to, tell them and not us, because you tell us and we're like, sure, we'd love to, but they have to know. But that's how we ended up here. Was some people were like, hey, you guys should get Loading Ready Run to come out to MAGFest, and then MAGFest went, hey, you guys want to come out here? And we went, yeah.
You have a lot more power as fans of anything than you think that you do. By mentioning it to a convention loves to hear about what's going to attract people to come to the convention.
It's like writing to your senator.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
a thing, right? You have senators, right? Yeah. Okay, good.
They
good.
listen, right?
Don't they? They listen to their constituents, don't they? Don't they do that?
Go lobby your local convention.
Get a super PAC.
All right. Behind you, there was another one? Yeah.
So I guess kind of spoilers for yesterday's score points?
It was like Wednesday-ish.
Okay. Is Tugger nuts? My goat.
Tugger nuts is the goat.
When we recorded that episode, Beej came up with the name, and then we all thought of the names of the books, and I sent all the titles to Featherweight and said, look, this is what we've done. You don't have to draw every cover, which he did, but I was like, you don't have to, but here's all the titles. And I said that I wanted them to look like
Like a Hardy Boys or...
Well, specifically like the Boxcar Children or the Babysitters Club actually was another one that I sent him as like a design template. I was like, this era of sort of like children's books.
Extremely pulpy children's books.
Yeah, and that's all the direction we gave him. And so he sent the first one I saw was Tugger Nuts Goes Down Under. And if you haven't watched this episode of Corpline, you need to see this segment. And he sent it, and there's like the two guys and then the goat in the hang glider, and I'm like, oh sweet, that looks really cool. That's totally the kind of design I'm looking for. Because there's like a guy in the back with like a Australian cork hat and a machete, and it's like possible in a vacuum that you could think that maybe that was the guy, and that somehow there's a goat in a thing. And so I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Oh my God. The goat is Tugger Nuts.
I saw it, and my first thought was, how did we not know all along?
Yeah. I damn near fell to the ground when I saw that. I was blown away by the fact
he said he's worked out a pretty extensive headcanon for the series. Yeah. I mean, it took him like 2 to 3 hours to do each cover.
Oh, no.
So, he had a lot of time to be alone with his thoughts about Tugger Nuts, the adventurous mystery-solving goat.
I want to print these out and wrap my entire library in these.
I know. What I'm saying is you should really be listening to Corpline if you aren't already. And then there was the other question in the line, yeah.
Are you looking forward to Desert Bus
2? To the game? We don't really know what it's going to look like yet, but I'm excited to be involved with it. So, yeah.
When pre-orders open, I will.
Pre-orders. I mean, I don't think it'll be a standalone thing.
I'm kind of hoping for the EB Games exclusives over the Target exclusives.
Oh, God. And then the Amazon exclusives.
Yeah.
Just wait till we get our James amiibo.
Yeah, I want to do amiibo for this. Just James in the chair.
Shovel Knight's an indie game. They got an amiibo.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we can get James an amiibo. Sure, that totally makes sense. All right, and then yourself, and then you. What's up? Oh, did you have your hand? You'll be next after them. You. Yes, you.
Way in the back?
No. This front, sure. In the back.
Okay,
Yes, go for it.
Let's start with you. Okay.
Will there be a return of Unskippable?
A return of Unskippable, literally unskippable? No. Will there be a show that could be considered a spiritual successor / sequel to Unskippable? Maybe.
That might happen later tonight at 11 o'clock.
I mean, the Late Night Dub Fight does have a lot of sort of similar stuff in common with it. But Paul and I would like to do something that is very much like Unskippable. The Escapist and then Defy Media owns the name, which was my idea originally, but that was part of the deal with the contract. So we can't use the name. Exactly. Exactly. Same here, right? So we'd like to do something similar. In the meantime, Paul and I have been streaming, right? If you're not familiar with our stream channel, which is twitch.tv/LoadingReadyRun, we do a show every week called GPLP, which is the Graham and Paul Let's Play, which is just like a really, really long episode of Unskippable. Right now we're playing Watch Dogs, which is not great. What? Which means great fodder, yeah. Basically, the main character, I've said this before, it seems like the game wants you to feel like you are playing urban hacking Batman, but really it just comes across like your character wishes he was urban hacking Batman. Because he's going around, he's talking like this, and he's completely amoral, and it's like, this is our main character. This guy's an ass. This is weird. So, anyway, that's the holdover. So then you, who was getting confused and standing up, and that's my bad. Hey, what's up?
So we're going to see the debut of Desert Bus 2 at Desert Bus South.
That sounds like that should line up perfectly.
Yeah.
Whenever that happened. I mean,
I think we were planning on holding that all during LurkCon too, right?
Oh, God damn it. Because it was Mikey's idea, right?
Yeah.
And Gearbox is working on it, so it's like, I guess that we could call it that. It would be a funny joke that I'm sure Mikey would appreciate.
Yeah.
So I'll say probably.
That's exactly when it's going to happen. Yeah.
In the front. Favorite?
Don't say Spot.
Oh, like a game that's so bad it's
a game. My favorite, I think my favorite like terrible game, but that was great for the enjoyment of the audience. If it's not Prayer Warriors, it was probably. So it's had a couple different names, and I'll explain why. It's Time Ramseside, A New Reckoning, which was originally just A New Reckoning, but it's this game that's on Steam. It's not early access. It's just on Steam. And every time he updates the game, it's made by one guy in the Unreal Engine, and every time he updates the game, it completely changes. Like, Jim. So this is what happened. Jim did a video of him playing the game, Jim Sterling, and I saw the game and was like, "Oh, that looks awful. I need to force Alex to play this game." Because again, if you don't know, we have a show, a semi-regular show, where I force Alex to play terrible games without him knowing what he's getting into. And when we played it, it was different from what I'd seen Jim play. And then, like 10 months after his first video, Jim did a follow-up video because he'd heard that the game had changed. And it was different again from when Alex and I had played it. So I was like, oh, this will be great. I need to show Alex the new iteration that's now different. So the next time we did Watch and Play, I was like, we're going to play this game again. And it was different again from Jim's second video. And we've since played it another two times.
So it's the gift that just continually keeps on giving.
Exactly. It's very clear that what we're watching is an iterative design process of him trying to figure out what the game is supposed to be. And I want to say refining, but it's not getting better.
Are you sure the developer isn't just a neural net?
It's just developed by AI. And like, doing iterative design is really important, and it's something that you should do, and you absolutely should not make public, and you definitely shouldn't sell it for money. So yeah, that one, because it's just so ridiculous.
Does it keep the same mechanic? Like, is it always like a first-person shooter or a race car game?
Broadly speaking,
okay,
it's a first-person shooter. We played once where there was magic. The menus were hard to use, so Alex just put fireball in every single slot. Because every time you died, it would reset, so he would just be like, the menu, the fireball. All right, okay, get out of here. The most recent version, no more magic. It's all just guns. There's a lot of like Unreal built-in assets. There's like, our chat tells us one of the levels is like a prison level from Call of Duty.
Oh.
But it's like there's a prison block, and then you get to the end of it, and you turn the corner, and it's the same prison block again, and it just sort of like is tiled into this labyrinth. In the new version, there's a tiny girl who like chases you around, and her character model is such that the top of her head is clipping through her hair, so it looks like she has a skullet.
Oh, no.
It's kind of spectacular. It's 2:28. Shoot, okay. I'm going to play Feed Dump and then see if this Crapshot's going to come in. If we didn't get to your question, I apologize. But we're here all weekend. We have a table in the marketplace. It's just across from Screenwave, and I mentioned that because they have a big sign, and so it's easy to find. So we have a table in the marketplace. We'll be there. Please come by, say hi, hang out. We're happy to answer any question. And we're going to watch Feed Dump, and then I'm going to see how they're doing on the Crapshot. And if it's not done by now, sorry, but come to the late night dub fight tonight at 11:30, and we'll show it to you there. So let's watch this week's Feed Dump.
Welcome to Feed Dump, where we had a great time at the Grammys, because I am the entire cast of Hamilton. And joining me this week is Taylor Swift.
Thank you so much. I've always dreamt of what it'd be like to win this.
Now, I'm gonna let you finish, but this is the most topical reference of all time.
And Kanye.
What even is a Bitcoin?
If you run the drive-thru window at Wendy's, you probably have to put up with a lot of shit. But if you run the drive-thru window at Wendy's in Florida, be prepared for someone throwing an alligator through the window. Because that happened.
So scenario A, they get bad service, they go out to the swamp, they catch an alligator, they come back. Scenario B, they just have this alligator on standby. And considering it's a Florida story, I'm kind of thinking it's scenario B.
My question is, how much did this meal cost, and how much change do you give for an entire alligator?
Joshua James, 23, was charged with aggravated assault and unlawful possession and transport of an alligator. His defense, I'm not kidding, was, it was just a prank.
Well, that sure scaled exponentially.
All right, internet, real talk. If you're a bad person, saying it's a prank doesn't make it better.
Upon convicting the boy, the judge then smacked down his gavel and said, "See you later, alligator."
All right, internet, real talk. Remember that bad puns can kill.
Yeah, Ben, you don't know this yet, but we have a 3-strike pun foul rule, so you're one shitty pun away from being fired into the sun.
Okay, but like in my defense, you guys keep me in the basement for months on end and I think of all these puns, and then you let me out, and what else am I gonna do?
A couple in Arkansas had to call in some police assistance to remove a pair of handcuffs that were being used for not regulation purposes.
I'm trying to form the picture in my mind where you have two people handcuffed badly enough that they have to call for help, but still have hands free enough to call for help.
Now you see, Serge, this was just the one couple that still had a corded phone in their house, and what was originally sexy foreplay turned out to just be the most efficient way to really call their local police.
Wait, who am I kidding? What couple doesn't have sex while both of them have at least one hand on their smartphone?
Oh yeah, amazing. Yes. What? No, I just got a high score in Alphabet. You're doing great though.
Oh. But in the end, I mean, what's a safer safe word than 911?
And after letting the guy out of his handcuffs, the police ran a routine background check on his name to find out that he had an outstanding warrant, and they put him back in different handcuffs.
All right, internet, real talk. Remember that 911 is for real emergencies. Next time, just call a locksmith.
Yeah, just call a locksmith. He don't judge, and you know he's into way kinkier shit than you.
If you have a 9-year-old and an 11-month-old that you are caring for, probably getting pissed drunk is not a responsible use of your day, as a couple from Wisconsin did. But they did the right thing and realized they were far too drunk to drive these two children home. So they did the only thing they could. They made the 9-year-old drive.
I mean, the car's already set up for this. The 9-year-old takes the wheel, the 11-month-old is on the pedals, and you've got a booster seat to strap the drunk parents into.
Yeah, and I mean, now that both of them have driving experience, all they need is a car, and they can work for Uber as a tertiary source of income for the family.
No, they start their own rival car share called Gerber.
I don't know. I feel like that would be like the weirdest Ann Getty's calendar month ever.
No, officer, it's fine. That's not my child, that's my grandfather. He's got that Benjamin Button disease.
It's worth noting that everyone is fine, and the parents have been charged with recklessly endangering safety and neglecting a child, which might work out better for them than a DUI charge.
At least they got to avoid the humiliation of having to call their friends to pick them up when they're drunk.
Overall, it's just important to teach your child the value of problem solving.
In this case, the problem being the wife's already outstanding charges for getting into a fight with some paramedics who are trying to help heal her hand when she got into a snowmobile accident.
What? Seriously, there's a pun there?
No.
This is clearly bad for your health. Just let it out.
That's no way to treat people trying to help you.
Normally, this is where we would put you into the sea, but since we have one more story, you just have to wear the punishment mask.
Ah, nuts.
But enough about Florida or Wisconsin. Let's go to the cultural center of the U.S., New York City, where officials have decided that it is too cold for an ice festival.
Man, they're certainly giving that festival the cold shoulder.
What the hell, man?
I'm already wearing the mask. I am immune.
New York City isn't even that far north. What's too cold for New York?
I'd say it's the moment that your delivery pizza shows up frozen.
When the hot dog vendors are finally forced to change the water.
When the Statue of Liberty has to wear earmuffs.
When the Times Square shops are forced to sell I Snowflake NY t-shirts.
When the Ninja Turtles start fighting Shiver instead of Shredder.
When groceries are in such short supply that people voluntarily go to Guy Fieri's American Bar and Grill. Try the donkey sauce.
When they try and drown someone in the Hudson River and they just bounce.
Or, according to the official reports, as low as -10.
Celsius, please.
-23.3 repeating.
All right, New York City. Real talk. -23 Celsius isn't really all that cold.
Certainly not cold enough to cancel an ice festival.
That's not even cold enough for me to start hibernating.
Gotta protect these nuts.
That's it. You are not allowed back on feed dump for at least 2 months.
No, not the basement.
But for the rest of you, until next time, remember, there may be better sources for news, but they don't have this hat, which, owing to the size of my fat head, is sort of more like a yarmulke. It's not really supposed to be. I guess I could wear it like down on the front like that. Jaunty. This is about as jaunt as I can get. I can't engage maximum jaunt. That's sort of Alex's thing. Also, I look like an idiot, so hey.
The new moon base doesn't have a basement.
That they've told you about.
I can't believe this worked. Oh my God. Paul would like it noted for the record that this is a very rough edit. Yeah. Oh my God. It's not live, of course.
Cam, did you ever call the courthouse to see if we could film the Paxi's Crapshot there? Well, could you? Okay. Paul, we need to record the Lurcast. Can you be on it?
No, I have laryngitis. Cough.
Fine. I didn't want to have to do this, but... Cam!
Yes, sir.
Paul!
I'm on it.
Corey!
You can't tell me what to do.